Humans fear what they cannot touch, but I can touch everything. Flesh, soul, memory, all bend beneath my hand. Every scream births another curse, every curse another masterpiece. You pray for your salvation. I sculpt despair, and when your fragile heart cracks under the weight of your own fear, I'll be there to shape your soul into something beautiful. Mahito, the curse of humanity itself. And yes, Mahito is one of JJK's most chilling antagonists, a curse that represents human hatred, cruelty, and self-loathing. Unlike any other cursed spirit, he isn't driven by hunger or instinct. He's driven by curiosity. To Mahito, humans are just raw material, a playground of flesh and souls he can reshape at will, created by humanity's collective fear of itself. Mahito embodies the twisted reflection of what happens when morality dissolves and cruelty becomes natural. And let's talk about his innate technique, idol transfiguration. Mahito's signature ability allows him to manipulate the shape and composition of souls, which in turn reshapes the body. Once he touches a person, he can instantly twist their body into any grotesque form he desires, killing them in the process or turning them into living, distorted puppets. This makes him nearly unstoppable in close combat, since a single touch equals death. His understanding of souls also grants him regenerative powers. He can reshape his own body, heal from fatal injuries, and even modify his structure mid-battle. In his fight against Yuji and Nanami, Mahito's debut showcases his sadistic experimentation. He turns innocent humans into fleshy monsters just to learn about the soul. Despite Nanami's tactical prowess, Mahito's regenerative powers make him nearly unkillable. Yuji's rage during this arc introduces the emotional core of their rivalry. Mahito's growth is very terrifying. Each fight teaches him more about the human soul. During his encounter with Yuji, he begins to develop a partial domain, self-embodiment of perfection, a reflection of his evolving self-awareness. This marks him as one of the fastest learning cursed spirits in the series. Then in Shibuya, Mahito becomes something far more monstrous. His domain expansion, self-embodiment of perfection, allows him to forcibly reshape the souls of anyone inside. Instant death for most opponents. He manages to kill Nanami, defeat Nobara, and push Yuji to the brink of despair, cementing himself as JJK's most psychologically devastating villains. In his final evolution, Mahito adapts mid-battle to Yuji's Black Flash and Todo's support. His speed, regeneration, and soul awareness reach absurd levels. He begins merging physical combat with psychological warfare, mocking Yuji's morality while embodying everything Yuji hates. Even in defeat, when Kenjaku absorbs him, Mahito accepts his end with a twisted smile, proving that even as he dies, he's learned something new about being human. But let's talk more about his domain. Unlike Gojo's Unlimited Void or Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine, Mahito's domain relies heavily on his personal understanding of souls and his spiritual maturity. The moment he was forced into situations beyond his comprehension, cracks appeared, both literally and metaphorically. He was a child amongst gods. His evolution was fast, but his emotional and philosophical grasp of his own cursed identity was incomplete. Mahito believed he understood the human soul, but Sukuna was a soul perfected through terror and divinity. Standing before that truth shattered Mahito's illusion of being complete. And when he first encountered Sukuna inside Yuji's body during the early arcs, he was instantly paralyzed. Sukuna's cursed energy is so dense and ancient that Mahito's instinct tells him what intellect could not. Any attempt to manifest a domain against Sukuna would mean instant annihilation. Sukuna's energy completely dwarfs Mahito's. Since Sukuna has an open domain, it doesn't form a barrier, meaning it extends freely into reality itself. Mahito's domain, on the other hand, requires a sealed space to rewrite souls effectively. If Mahito attempted to deploy his domain inside or near Sukuna, Sukuna's sheer presence would either crush it or contact or overwhelm the soul manipulation mechanism before it activated. Even worse, Sukuna's understanding of soul and cursed energy is far beyond Mahito's. He could theoretically reshape Mahito's soul back, reversing the transfiguration before it begins. And there's a reason why he hesitated against Yuji. The reason is more psychological than technical. In the Shibuya arc, Mahito could theoretically use his domain freely, and he's done it before. But when fighting Yuji, the battlefield became a war of ideologies, not curse techniques. Mahito's domain reflects his confidence in the identity as a curse. But Yuji's evolution, the merging of his will, sorrow, and hatred, started to shake that very foundation. Yuji stopped viewing himself as human versus curse as he started to accept his role as the executioner of curses. Embracing that monstrous side Mahito awakened in him. And now you may wonder, why does all of this matter now? Because this man has returned in JJK Modulo. And remember, Mahito represents the shape of a human soul and humanity's capacity for hatred. You truly can't kill an idea like that, and when Kenjaku absorbed him, he didn't destroy Mahito. He integrated with him. That means Mahito's essence, memories, and technique still exist within the cursed network of souls Kenjaku manipulates. And in JJK Modulo Chapter 7, time skips to Tsurugi waking up in the hospital, and after this dude Mahito shows up in his dreams. But he doesn't know exactly what this disgusting tool is, so he kind of ignores it. But if you read the original story, you know how dangerous Mahito is, and just thank God we didn't see the full extent of his true domain expansion, because he was gonna have Sukuna-like trajectory. Anyways, why does this matter? It is now known that Yuka has a tumor in her brain, which makes sense as to why she was drained of energy so quickly when they fought the old man cursed user. And here is my theory. When Mahito died, he learned something new about being a human. And it is possible that he learned how to become a virus, who can now manifest in souls through things like cancer, which is why Tsurugi could feel him in his dreams due to the sort of bond that he has with his sister. This would be insane, that if he could take over bodies without ever physically touching someone, wow, that would be broken as hell. And honestly, I feel bad for Yuji. Even in this time skip, he's still getting haunted by the likes of this demon who killed his sensei Nanami and his good friend Junpei in the absolute worst way. But I'm excited that he will have an ongoing nemesis, similar to how Gojo and Kenjaku had after Kenjaku took over Geto. And I'm really excited to see where Gege takes us. Now the question is, what could Mahito be now? The arc is clearly pushing towards JJK metaphysics, concepts like soul data, reincarnation, and cursed energy manipulation at the highest level. So Mahito's current existence might not even be physical anymore. 1. He may no longer need a body at all. Mahito could exist as pure consciousness, able to invade other souls directly. Instead of touching people physically, he might be able to corrupt them mentally, distorting their sense of identity, morality, and emotion. Now that he is back with a better understanding of soul manipulation, think about what he could do. Instead of just experimenting with individual souls, he could now experiment with society. Entire cities could twist into cursed landscapes, humans merging into singular entities like a fleshed hive of fear. That would make him a god-tier threat, possibly rivaling or surpassing Sukuna in ideological terror rather than raw power. And he would be a wedge in between the war between the humans and the Sumerians. And when I tell you, Gege has so many ways he can write this story with endless possibilities of greatness.